now. Cool. Yeah, so Mr. This is Mr. Bobbinches. That is who I am. How you doing today, Wings? Alright. Let's see. See if we can start off well. Yeah, early in the season, there's a lot of people trying to rank up, and it can be hard. All right, this hand's very good, especially in game 1. You just want to keep hands that can kill people on turn 3. This can probably do that. I actually need another white source for it to be deterministic to play. I guess I need 2 white sources. I actually probably can't combo with somebody on turn 3 with this hand, but if I draw another payoff, I can. And also, just like putting a Batterskull on something turn 1 is often pretty good. Or turn 3. Goblins doesn't... So, this is a matchup actually where I'm not playing black mana. And black mana is very good. Alright, so this is awkward. I only have 1 white source. And call requires double white. So I think what I'm going to do here actually... Yeah, just put this into play because I really don't want this hitting me. If Warren Instigator hits me, there's a very good chance I lose. And this germ is good. But yeah, so Plague Engineer is obviously excellent in this matchup. And we're going to have to play a bit of a grindier game, which is fine. We are decently well set up to do that. Okay. Here, I'll have 4 mana next turn. So I think what I want to do... That's scary. I think I just want to kill the Cratermaker, actually. I was going to go for a Stoneforge Mystic to get a, get the ping bow, but I think getting rid of this Cratermaker is more important. Or actually, Yeah, just drawing the thing is good. I actually don't know. So I think since my opponent is missing land drops, if they want to spend their turn killing Batterskull and leaving themselves with just a munitions expert, because I'm going to obviously have to kill this War Instigator, but that's not hard because I have this Walking Ballista, I think I can just grind them down with the Ballista. Whereas the problem if I just played Stoneforge Mystic is if they go Cratermaker plus interaction on my... Alright, so... Look, man, I could have turn 3 comboed them, but I had all these wrong color sources, so I'm clearly not that lucky. So I'm just going to blow up these things. And now, even if they blow up my Batterskull, it's not the end of the world. So I could search for Shalai, which is decent. I think I'm just going to start with an attack. I could Stoneforge up the ping. I think Stoneforging up the ping equipment is probably the best thing to be doing here. But if I'm going to do that, I think the way I want to do it is search up this and then run out the captain. Because basically, I think I can grind my opponent out, but I just need to make sure they're not able to do anything super powerful on their side. So yeah, they're missing land drops. The Goblins deck sort of doesn't do anything without Vial. We're going to bring in Cratermaker for that reason. And then... Thanks for the follow, Tanya. I think. What else is good here? Forge-Tender is obviously good. They have a bunch of red cards. Teeg is bad. Meddling Mage doesn't have anything super clean to name. Scavenging Ooze can just be big. And being big seems powerful. I think these games are going to generally be grindier, so I don't like Vizier of Remedies as much. I think Scavenging Ooze is just good. Like, Scavenging Ooze isn't particularly good against their plan A, but I think the ability to just create a creature with keyword big is pretty valuable. This hand's kind of bad. Walking Ballista is really good in this matchup. I can call for something. I think I'll keep it. I'm not super excited about this hand, but I think if they're gonna be super reactive, then I don't want to mulligan a lot. Dude, that's why I'm doing this, so you can get the sideboard guide live and in person. And definitely not just me making decisions somewhat at random. Okay. So I think I want to call this turn. Not entirely sure what I want to call for. If they miss a land drop, I probably want to blow up the Aether Vial. I did not miss a land drop. Goblin Matron. Obviously missing Plague Engineer here. That would be the ideal name. Yeah. It's a Ringleader. Okay. I think the plan here is going to be to try and set up behind this and a Forge-Tender, which is in here somewhere, and then hope we can combo out from there. Yeah. This might just be too many things too early. We didn't really have a 2-drop, which was the weakness of this hand, is that we didn't put anything into play on turn 2, which means maybe it was just mulligan. Believe it or not, I've not played against goblins a ton, so I'm not entirely sure. Ooh. That's a lot of damage. That was 7. Razorverge is a very powerful card that definitely isn't going to lose me this game. Yeah, you got Ringleader this turn. Literally tap Savannah. Alright, what else? Oh, dang, that's not very good, actually. Yeah, I think I need my thing to live. Am I just dead, though? I'm probably just dead. 2, 4, yeah, I'm just dead. They got me. The goblins have defeated me. So, it is very possible I should have blown that up. Yeah, possible I messed up there. But that's okay. We're just going to run it back. This hand would be really good if I had a second mana source. This hand is basically that hand, but I have a second mana source, so I'm going to keep it. I'm going to bottom this Batterskull. Yeah, so if they do not interact with this Druid, then I can make infinite mana, which probably won't actually do. If they don't interact with the Druid, I'll probably play Shalai on this turn. That is bouncing my thing. I will try it again. Oh, Tocatli's probably good, actually. Tocatli is probably good. Yeah. Probably should have done that. I don't know what this does. Okay, I'm going to try to kill them now. Okay, they're dead. So this is the combo. I now get to click a lot. Usually on Magic Online, if you... I don't want to do that. If you show your opponent the combo, they will concede to you. Yeah. So this is going to get Walking Ballista, which then wins the game. So, yeah. Played kind of medium. Probably should have boarded in Tocatli because it turns off their entire deck, and that's why it's in there. But I didn't do that. And if I had boarded in Tocatli, I would have played Tocatli. Yeah, so game 2 probably could have been won if I had boarded in Tocatli. Because when I wasn't sure what to grab, you just grab Tocatli, put it on board, and their entire deck now, instead of a bunch of 1/1 2/2s that gain value, it's just 1/1s and 2/2s for 3 mana. Yeah, streaming is hard. Thinking through your lines while also trying to say words is hard. Luckily, the deck's very good, so it doesn't matter if sometimes you play poorly. You just get to win anyway. I think so. This is a deck I've been playing for a very long time, and it is still playable without Stoneforge Mystic. I think it is a good deal worse. I think you really want some sort of meaty secondary threat, and the fact that Stoneforge Mystic is both a threat and it is a combo piece because you can tutor up Longbow. I think that's just a lot of power in one slot. But I mean, I don't know. I like played the deck before that. I have a 5-0 with the deck when it has like Knight of the Reliquary in it. So it's clearly, it clearly can do some things. This hand's very good. This is the best hand. Giver into Druid into turn 3 combo is basically the best hand in almost any matchup. If this person is on, yeah, all right. Well, my opponent is going to interact with me, so it's probably going to take a bit, but the hand's still good. Vizier sucks if my opponent interacts with me, but that's okay. They might be on the like a white-black Stoneforge list from the Open. Smallpox is actually really good against this deck. Okay, so don't do that. This I can see your reasoning for taking any card but this card. Just don't take this card. That is another reason to play this deck is people will do things that are suboptimal. So I guess I can elaborate on that. The reason taking this card is bad is if I have a Devoted Druid in play, right? You will require to kill my Devoted Druid because if I untap, then there's a very good likelihood you're dead. And even if you're not dead, Devoted Druid is just a reasonable magic card in a green-white deck like this. Whereas Vizier of Remedies, I can't do anything with just a Vizier on board. I still have to play the Devoted Druid and untap with the Devoted Druid. And that's a lot of steps, right? Where oh, now you played the Devoted Druid, kill that instead, I'm left with this 2-1 for 2. Which 2-1 for 2 is not a modern playable magic card. So I guess I do it this way. And grab a Vizier. And I'm just going to try to kill them, which may not work. Okay, they're dead. So that was cool. This is not the way to do this. So here's the problem with what our opponent is trying to do. Yeah. I don't know. Stuff's happening. Yeah, don't. So I'm just gonna make a bunch of mana. And I'm going to make enough mana. I'm going to have to make so much mana. So the problem with what's going on right now is in paper, you just say you're making infinite mana, and then you finale for Walking Ballista. And then you make the Walking Ballista really big, and then you win that way. But because my opponent could have a second piece of interaction, I actually have to get a Walking Ballista. That is, so I need 12 mana to fetch the Walking Ballista. And then I need 17 times 4. I need 6. So I need like 80 mana. Like 90 mana. So I'm going to make 90 mana. Going to make 90 mana. And for those of you playing at home, holding down W allows you to just kind of spam click on the Druid. And it works, kind of. It's definitely faster than not doing that. Yeah, people... Yeah, I don't know. Alright, I'll get to 100. Alright, so now Vizier's gone. Get a forest. Alright, so 88 divided by 4 is... Okay, yeah. So now I get a Ballista. Alright. We did it. So, important life lesson. Kill this one. Don't kill this one. Kill this one. I'm now gonna take this one and put it over here because it's bad. Okay, so if I knew they were on Marduk's Shadow, I would take out Longbow. But if they're on the list with Lingering Souls, I think Longbow is good. So I'm going to hedge and keep it in. I'm going to board in these Veil of Summers. Obviously, they're great against any deck with discard and black base removal. I'm going to board in Path to Exile because these decks usually have threats that are important. I'm going to bring in Scavenging Ooze as a big threat. And I'm going to otherwise leave that as it is. Yeah, it's either Black White Stoneblade or maybe I'll just take this out. Yeah, I think I'll just take this out and I'll take out these birds in case they have what do you call it? Plague Engineer. There's a decent chance after game 2 I'll want to readjust, but I think. Yeah, that's the feeling. Is Deputy already hedges souls, and also souls in general are not super good versus this deck. Like putting a sword on something also hedges souls, right? Because they just can't. They can't race the sword gaining 3 life and having unblockable. So, all right, so probably Marduk's Shadow. Which, against Marduk's Shadow, I think I'd board the same way. That's fine. Alright, so they took my Veil of Summer, which was rude. But that's okay. The general plan in this matchup actually is to put a sword on something and punk them out. Just because they do so much damage to themselves that like 3 unblockable is probably too much. Giver Runes can also do that. Hey E-Rock, thanks for the follow. Alright, so this is... Yeah, so in this matchup, I like Cratermaker for the stupid thing. But obviously, you can't know what your opponents are going to be playing. Okay. I'm going to fetch out Breeding Pool. Because I want to be able to cast whatchamacallit if I draw it. Cast Deputy of Detention. If they attack me here, then I'm going to block with Duskwatch and try to give it pro-white. Or, yeah. Reason being, so, with Mother of Runes and Legacy, there's a lot of, with Mother of Runes and Legacy, there's a lot of, you never want to activate the Mom because the threat of activation is so strong. But, in a situation like this... What's he trying to kill? Yeah. I don't actually care if he kills his Duskwatch Recruiter. What I actually want to protect is my better threats later on. So forcing him to use his interaction there is a net positive for me. because now he's down 1 Fatal Push, and if I go for backup threat, they have a bunch. They have less options to deal with that. Path is good. We could have just offered the trade. I think it's better to get the push out of their hand than to try to deal with this right now. Because if we make this trade right, we trade here, and then they probably push the giver, and I don't want them to push the giver. I want them to push this thing, right? Yeah, this is part of the thing. Ranger getting Ballista is very powerful, especially in this matchup, just because it's less true with this deck, but with the Grixis version, they often have Stubborn Denial, so your tutors. I usually trim down on some copies of Finale versus Grixis Shadow, but against Mardu Shadow, they aren't going to do anything. Okay. So this is game 2. Game 1 they sort of didn't do anything and we just won. So the card to be afraid of here is Temur Battle Rage. And if they have Temur Battle Rage, then I think what I want to do is fetch up a second giver. Pass the turn. Do a similar thing to what I did last time with blocking with Ranger-Captain and hoping they go for it and then I can blow them out with a path. Or obviously if they play a discard spell, I want to be able to path there. And then clear this Death Shadow, have double giver, which means it's very unlikely they can do anything. Yeah, so I'm going to block with this giver. Alright, they disagreed. Alright, so that was kind of weird. I don't think my opponent really knew what was going on. But, yeah, I don't know. If they... if they had followed my Twitter, then they would have known what was going on. So, basically, everyone should follow my Twitter, and then they'll know what's up. Alright, actually, I'm going to go get some water. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. I've gained 1 viewer while drinking water. So clearly, instead of streaming, I should just drink water, and then I'll become famous. Hydration is really powerful, and talking is not good for hydration. Okay. Alright, let's see if this opponent will know what I'm doing. These people have so many trophies. I cannot imagine having 26 trophies ever. Like the amount of leagues you have to play in July, like 3 months, 12 weeks, that's like 2 5-0s a week. It's a lot of 5-0s. Yeah, I don't know. They also might just play a lot of leagues. I only play. I guess only. I play a lot of Magic, but usually I play one league in a day, and I'm pretty much done. So, sometimes I'll stretch it out to a second league, but this hand combos with another white source, so I'm going to keep it. If I don't hit the white source, there's a couple of options. I can Finale, put a sword on my Druid, which might be the thing to do. It also combos with a second Finale. I need to put this over here. Alright, so I do not think Eldrazi Temple can defeat this start. That cannot defeat this start. Cool. So this is the white source. Call. Vizier. So this matchup can be kind of awkward if we go into the mid to late game, because a lot of their creatures are colorless, and Giver of Runes can give your creatures pro colorless, which is good, but that means all your swords fall off, and obviously the mid-range Stoneforge Mystic battle is a lot about having swords. Luckily, their deck has pretty low on interaction, so it's pretty easy to just do what I just did and kill them. I like Linvala in this matchup. I like Honor Guard in this matchup. I don't like Deputy. I do like Goblin Cratermaker. I do like the Paths. So this is one card. I don't really like Ranger-Captain. And then trim some Viziers, I guess. Yeah. Witness for Path doesn't actually come up that much. It's just like, because I only have the 2 paths, and more importantly than that, Witness is really bad if I have Honor Guard, and I really want to have Honor Guard. I think that's important to winning the matchup. And Witness doesn't do anything else, right? It's like kind of slow, like kind of gets you behind on board. Alright, this hand's fine. Yeah, basically, Matt. I only Magus when Magus is a 10. I don't know. It's possible Magus is fine here. It's probably better like against them than against us. But I think you don't want to risk, like, I think you're just ahead enough on the balance that you don't want to you don't want to deal with that. Okay. Alright, so... do I kill this? I'll probably kill this. Just gonna kill it. Okay. That's not a big deal. I do think that attack was very greedy. What do we got here? Oh no! Ooh. Alright, so play this first. Obviously. Play this. Alright, so if my opponent's in a pretty rough spot now, because on my turn, if they put a sword on something, I'm going to block that thing. I guess I actually might not be able to. They could invest all of their resources if they have a land into going Mystic, put it on a Giver, give the Giver pro-white attack. But then on my turn, I get to put my sword on Honor Guard, and I think my sword beats their sword, because I get back Cratermaker, and then I can grind them out from there. If they don't have a land, they can't even do that. And I think they're also going to lose the sword in that instance. I would not be able to create a maker with a creature. That would be hard in general, based on all this stuff. And no matter what if they kill either of these with the sword, I still have the ability to play my sword, because both of these reduce the cost of sword by 1. Or I mean, this makes mana. If they don't have a land, I think they're just really far behind. Especially since something that would be really good generally for them. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. So I'm doing it this way because I want them, if they have a path, to have to, like, it's better for me. This doesn't do anything now, right? It already got the sword. So if they have to choose, all right, now they have to choose, do I want to path this or do I want to path this? And where both have value. Whereas if I put the sword over here, then they just path the Honor Guard, I'm left with the Squire, and everything kind of sucks. Also, putting the sword here makes their sword worse, because it means all I can kill is a noble, and I don't really care if they kill a noble. Yeah, so they're going to kill this. And we could definitely still lose this game. Not out of the woods by any means. Like, obviously, Sword of Fire and Ice is really strong. They can equip it to their Stoneforge Mystic and start getting in. And I'm not going to block, even if it's offered, because I think the Honor Guard being in play is too valuable. I think, especially because I can kill it next turn. So the one sword hit they're going to get, I don't think is going to bury me. And also, yeah. So that's what we're doing. Oh, we're gonna kill my Noble. That's okay. Noble already have 5 lands. Noble is doing a ton here. Yep, dead. So second land. Okay. All right. So this is kind of the moment of truth. If they have, all right, they do not have interaction, which is really good for us, obviously. Get back Cratermaker. And so here, even if they have a big Eldrazi that could normally stonewall my Tocatli Honor Guard, I still have this Birds of Paradise, so I can blow up the sword this turn, put my Sword of Light and Shadow on the Birds of Paradise, buy back Cratermaker, and start grinding through their Eldrazi that way. Yeah, so I have to kill this here. Yeah, this sword is very good. For basically this reason. Yeah. Okay. This is problematic. Okay. What do I do here? Oh, okay. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Ballista beats Giver, but Linvala also beats Giver. Yeah, that's fine. Then we'll move the sword over here. Don't have a path, please. Oh, fuck, that was stupid. Alright, so this attack was really bad. I don't think it's going to matter, but that attack was really stupid, and I should not have done that. Yeah, because I knew I wanted to do this, and I thought the attack was free. Alright, so that was bad, but tutoring the Linvala was good. Linvala showing her worth in that matchup. She's mostly in there to fight against Urza, because the Urza deck, if they don't have Urza going, it's pretty easy for this deck to keep them from having their combo set up, because they have to use a tutor to find Pithing Needle usually, and then we just have a lot more cards that interact with that combo. Honor Guard does it, Scavenging Ooze does it, Collector Ouphe does it, but then without Linvala, it's just sort of gets to a situation where we're board stalled, but they have 10 permanents in play and are drawing 3 cards a turn, and obviously that's going to overpower what we're doing. So Linvala shuts that off and is a bigger creature than something like a Phyrexian Revoker, so it's less easy for them to get a Dead of Winter off to kill the Linvala, and also if we put a sword or a Batterskull on the Linvala, then they really just can't deal with it. And it gets to attack for meaningful damage. This hand is... I think I'm going to keep this. I'm not sure if it's good, but if I draw a second land, then it's a turn 4 combo, which is pretty strong. It's a turn 4 combo with a Giver of Runes. So yeah, opponent, I don't know what they're playing. They might just be on like okay, so cool. So they're on the Nassif deck, the Bant Soul Herder deck, which I think is generally a good matchup. Okay, so here you have to play this. Yeah, this. But believe it or not, Tocatli Honor Guard is very good in this matchup. I think we're... I don't remember what we played against round 2. But I think we've been... Okay, whatever. I think we played against basically mono Tocatli Honor Guard good matchups. We played against Shadow, where it's not very good. But 3 out of 4 Honor Guard has been great. This is some nonsense, I guess, but that's okay. I don't really understand Remand in this deck. Like your deck is already kind of clunky, and Remand is kind of clunky. All right, so I'm trying to put my Moat into play here. All right, Moat has resolved. Yeah, it took me a while to get on board with Tocatli Honor Guard. Burgle, were you here when I didn't bring it in against goblins like a big goober, and then Twitch chat made me look dumb? Because that happened. His opponent is doing some stuff. Yeah, it would be pretty good there, right? Anyway, won that match because goblins are not very good. But I also, on turn 2 of game 2, was just like, dang, I wish I had a really good card in my sideboard to tutor for here. What am I doing here? I need a druid. Hey, I only have Savage misplayed a couple of times. I'm gonna go grab my win con here. Even if they're able to deal with this druid, pretty sure they're just gonna die to this longbow. So that's pretty cool. Yep. Give me a land. Oh no! Alright, 3. Alright, do they have a thing? Nope. Didn't have a thing. Okay. So, Tocatli Honor Guard. Very good. Get over here. Honor Guard. Alright. What else is good? This card seems bad. Do I want Path? I'm just gonna do this. It's possible Path is good. I sort of just don't want to give them mana though, and it, like all of their creatures suck, right? Like pathing a 1/1 that draws cards. It's not really where I want to be. All right, this hand seems good. I think this is going to be a try to grind them out game. This card gets Ballista, which they can't beat, and this card gets the bow that they can't beat. So just gonna try to do that. Probably next turn is gonna be Stoneforge Mystic plus Giver of Runes, with Mystic grabbing up the bow, and then turn after that, play bow, put it on Stoneforge Mystic, and try to start mowing them down. It's possible not bringing in Path is wrong, because I feel like maybe one of the only ways they can win is with sticking a Soul Herder. I don't really care if they path this. I just kind of want more mana. If they flicker the Deputy and give me the bird back and take the Devoted Druid, that's also fine by me. This makes me want path though. So probably gonna be boarding these in for game 3. Unfortunately, I can't kill them even if they don't kill my Druid, but the Druid makes 2 mana, which seems pretty relevant here. Yeah, so they're gonna flip. That's awkward. Okay. Give her. Get the bow. Play the bow. Yeah, I agree with you, but I think there's just a lot of situations. There's probably just a lot of situations like this. He's gonna flicker his thing now. Yeah. Okay. Where if I'm able to path either of these 2 things, their deck just doesn't do anything. Speaking of their deck not doing anything. Yeah, he's coming back. Cool. Okay, so from here, the plan is to not die to the Soul Herder. That is the goal. That does not matter. Actually, that kind of matters, actually, because I wanted to... You may. Okay. So yeah, he can flicker that. Doesn't do anything. Okay. So, Giver of Runes... In the previous game, I didn't put the equipment I cared about on the Honor Guard because the Honor Guard was important, and I didn't want them to remove the Honor Guard. In this situation, I want to protect... I want to chump a Stoneforge Mystic this turn because this thing's going to kill me. And if I chump a Stoneforge Mystic and have the Longbow on it, then I'm going to have to... I'm going to kill this, by the way. If I do it that way, then I'm going to have to re-equip the Longbow on my following turn, and I don't want to be doing that. Okay. Yeah. Longbow... Yeah, Longbow is obviously not powerful enough to play just by itself. But it is very strong in the context of this deck. The Soul Hoarder trigger doesn't really matter. It's lethal forever. And like putting one more power on it is pretty inconsequential, whereas cutting them on mana might matter. That was a weird attack. I feel like putting me under the Abyss is pretty relevant. I guess they want to protect this Ashiok. Oh, that doesn't do anything. I don't think throwing away our board to try to kill this Ashiok is worthwhile. But it won't be... Yeah, I think that we want the Giver to protect our stuff. Alright, and then... Okay. I want to get a Shalai with this Finale. This was a mistake. I think I should have sacked this before I did anything else. What are you looking up, Burgle? What is it that you need to know? Alright, cool. Alright. Can we get the 5-0? Can we find more decks that cannot beat Tocatli Honor Guard? Who knows? Oh, because I could have moved the bow. Yeah, I probably should have been moving the bow. Onto like something unimportant like the 2/1. This hand sucks. This hand is fine. I had a Tocatli in play. They couldn't if they flicker the deputy, they just give me back my creature, and then have a 1/3. All right, so I think second birds is bad here. Sounds like kind of medium. It's all good, Burgle. The hand I just kept, I would have probably mulliganed on 7. But there's a certain amount where you just need stuff. Okay. I don't know what this means. I guess this means I don't know what it means. I guess it means Wurza. Alright, well I'm gonna do my thing. Okay, so I have Stoneforge Mystic and Eternal Witness with Call. So I need one more land in order to combo them. No, I need more than that. Yeah, so yeah, okay. So I'm just going to go for Witness on the Call. And try to set up a kill for next turn. It's probably too slow. Like, turn 5 kill is not particularly impressive in Modern. Oh, this was a mistake. Yeah, that was really bad. Yeah. That was a punt. That was a punt. Yeah, so this is an Urza. Yeah. Yeah. Which doesn't matter. It didn't matter! Yay! Okay. Alright, so dead. Sideboard. Sideboard. Linvala is good. T doesn't do anything. Meddling Mage is good. This thing's good. These cards are good. Thanks for the follow, Holidays. These are good. Tocatli's good. Cards that are bad. Ouphe is also good. Cards that are bad. One of these is probably bad. We just got kind of stopped by Urza. I don't think stopping war really matters. Like generally, the thing about stopping war, right, is Ouphe also stops war because it makes all their war targets bad. Okay, so is Shalai good? Probably not. Ranger is a loop. Deputy is good. I think this is good. And 7. So one of these things is probably bad. I'm going to say it is this one. Trim this, trim these, trim this. Yeah. So do it like this. Sure. Yeah. Getting back lock pieces is good. Also, you can lock them out with sword on something, and then also having what do you call it? The Ranger Captain in the bin, and you can just sack him every turn. So the plan here is I'm going to play Druid on 2, and then going to either try to combo them or not, because they're going to do that. If I cannot combo them, I'm going to try to just get a lock piece with this and use this as just a mana dork. Stop. Okay. Play this. I'm going to look up. I'm going to try to look up what my opponent is playing. I think they're playing the blue-white version. Yeah. So if they're playing blue-white... Yep. This is both the deck list and a primer that I wrote about the deck and how to sideboard and all that good stuff. Okay, so what do I want here? I think I can go... this on Urza. And then play this. And that shuts down their 2 primary avenues of attack, which are their sword combo doesn't do anything with this in play, and the Urza they can't cast because I have a thing on Urza. It is possible boarding out Shalai was wrong, because I really want Shalai right now. So maybe that's just incorrect in any situation where they could have... where I want to set up lock pieces. Maybe I just always want Shalai. Okay, so we'll get him for 3. Here, I'm going for Linvala. Instead of buying coffee, you could also give a sub to one popular streamer, Bob and Cheese, who's not actually that popular. But you can still give me a sub, and it'd be sweet. Also, this opponent definitely has an Urza in hand, and it makes me happy. Yo! Thanks for the sub, man. Oh no. A thing. Alright, this is... Yo, thanks for the sub, Lig. I appreciate you. So, opponent has realized that their combo does not work in the face of the all-powerful Tocatli Honor Guard, which is sweet. Unfortunately, we can't really attack anymore. So that's unfortunate. But we have this Duskwatch Recruiter, so I'm just going to try to grind through from this point. Look at it. He's not having any of this. I think Deputy is just... There are so many good situations with Deputy. I think if I were to play Knight of Autumn, it would be in the Goblin Cratermaker slot. It is the... Well, I guess there's Meddling Mage in this version, but for a long time it was the only blue card in the deck, and I still thought it was very easily worth the spot. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Okay, so... It also just... It can scoop up different kinds of things. It can scoop up, like, a lot of matches against Bant Pile end up with them having a bunch of... I probably should have done this main phase. It ends up with them having a bunch of spell quellers on your stuff. And you can just scoop up all the spell quellers. That's fine. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I realized I should have done this main phase. I also could have just like played this bird. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So I don't want to sack the canopy because I want to activate Duskwatch a lot on my turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So opponent has 2 mana. If I attack Karn with these 3... Oh yeah, I'm just going to do that. Okay. Yep. I should make sure I can actually do what I want to do here. Okay, cool. Oh, fuck, that was bad. Okay. Yeah, so that was really bad. I wanted to get my bow and kill this, but I cannot because I have powerful card Tocatli Honor Guard on board. So that's unfortunate. Luckily, this is really do any... Like, this isn't very good here. Yeah. Yeah. There were lots of options to make better plays than I made. Go away. Pay mana. Alright, so they have 3 mana open, and nope. Oh yeah, they're gonna sack that. Okay, that's fine. Attack Karn. I'm gonna sack this here. Yeah, well, so they have Urza. I don't know why they're not playing it, because they got rid of the thing. So maybe they don't have Urza? Yes, they have a 1/4 and a construct. Neither of which are very strong. What is this? Is this a Spell Queller? Is their deck playing Spell Queller? No, they're sacking other stuff. Yeah, I know. I wasn't sure, so I guess they're just sacking all their stuff. I probably would have drawn a card with that, but whatever. Okay. Oh, do they have a second bridge? Okay. So what can attack? This can attack, and this can attack. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna keep this Stoneforge Mystic in my hand. I don't think the 1/2 is really relevant. And I can activate my Crowlin Horde Howler on their turn. Hello. Hey, you subbed. Thanks, man. / not a man. Yeah. So Giver lets me break through this Karn. Urza doesn't do anything. More druids. Alright, is this lethal? Do I have lethal stuff yet? No. I still just don't. Okay. just make this bird pro blue. Yeah, I should. Yeah, okay, whatever. He has a card in hand. Okay. Oh, right. That doesn't do anything. Alright. Just playing super tight here. That'll do stuff. That'll do stuff next turn. Get rid of this stop. I'm playing kind of loose, but like I know they don't have Dead of Winter, so they sort of, it doesn't matter, which makes it hard to remain zoned in. Cause man, the deck's really good. the deck is good. I am medium. Alright. Shut up, Ace. Okay, so they have 2 cards in hand. Oh, right, I can activate that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to combat. Attack with this. Give pro blue. Even pro blue. Come on. Kill the Urza. Or kill this thing. Kill this friendo. We do have skews in our deck. I don't think this matters. I don't think any of these cards matter. And so I think this is a worse use of every draw step than just drawing a card. Okay. What's the creature hiding on the far... Oh! That's awkward. There's no Walking Ballista over here. Here, let me... Collector Ouphe. I don't know what the plan with that was. Okay, so I want my Giver of Runes. Oh, I didn't bring in Scavenging Ooze. That was dumb. All right, get in here, Scavenging Ooze. What do I not need? Probably just don't need this Or... I need to cut one other thing. Is Longbow just bad? It could be... I think them being a card does make Teeg more appealing. I also want Shalai, yeah, so I think I want these two. So, like, we could just like, only leave in this sword. I'm kind of into that. Burger, what do you think? I don't know if you're aware, Burger, but if I win this game, I'm 5-0. Sure. Yeah, it's sort of impossible for us to ever meaningfully attack into them. Yeah, I agree about leading with Giver, unless I get a reason to not. Nope. Awkward. Ooh, I guess I could needle this. Well, that's awkward. Let's do it anyway. Get in there. Opinion on Modern Horizons is sweet. I have enjoyed the format a lot. I am going to die to this. I think that was incorrect, because now they can't. Now they can't activate. Cool. Give me that. Okay. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I draw either a land. Yeah, so I need to draw a land. And I can kill this Urza. That also does it. So run out this. If I'm able to charge Ballista up to 4, then I have an answer for their Urza, which is good. Stop. Oh. I think I just kill this. So now that's dead. I have 3 power on board, so if they down tick to pick up an ensnaring bridge, I can kill the thing. This is a path that's really bad. I think... Alright, I think the 5-0 is dead. I think the 5-0 is very dead. Ouphe doesn't do anything. Yeah. So now they lock me out. Yeah. Okay. So that is unfortunately game. Yeah. All right. So 4-1. I don't know. Seems pretty good. Can't win them all. Gonna jam another league. Thanks everyone for hanging out. If you're liking the deck, I wrote up a primer on it, and the deck list is here. Also, subscribing is free if you have Twitch Prime. And then I get 5 whole American dollars, which is sweet. I don't think Infect is good. Like, so, the thing about Infect, right, is your favored versus a lot of the decks in the format, but your deck just isn't a high enough power level for that to matter. Like, your deck is structurally well set up to fight Tron, but Tron is still not a particularly good matchup because your deck's just lower power level than their deck is. And I sort of feel like that's the way Infect is across the board, and that's the reason that even though maybe it has a good matchup against 1 or 2 of the top performing decks, in a modern tournament you're just going to play against a lot of stuff. And your random stuff matchup is just not very good. This hand's pretty medium, by the way. Not very excited, but that's okay. Deck that is really good though, Urza. Urza is nuts. Probably. Yeah, it's also not good versus burn. Oh my god, is it? Oh god. Oh god, they're coming from a booty. Is Longbow worth it? Yes, Longbow is very good. I will be posting this VOD, and if you go back through the VOD, you will see a matchup where Longbow seriously just did a ton against just random creature decks, because lots of random creature decks have a bunch of X1s, and also adding 5 pieces of infinite mana sink is just really strong. Holy shit. Okay. So here's what we do in this situation. You're gonna put this here. You're gonna put this here. And then you're gonna ask your opponent very nicely not to kill you. I'm pretty sure I'm about to die. Yeah, Ronas and Plague Engineer is a sweet combo. Ronas ended up being garbage, unfortunately, so I don't think that's really worth including, even though the synergy is really strong. Plague Engineer is very strong, but would necessitate not playing red mana. Right? You either have to choose red or black mana. And I think Magus of the Moon shutting down like this deck, for example, and Tron is more important. But if for whatever reason big mana wasn't popular, or you like weren't expecting it, then I think running black, putting Plague Engineer in that slot, in the Magus of the Moon slot, is a completely good thing to do, and is nuts with the bow. Burn. I don't know. So I think exactly 50% on Magic Online versus Burn with this deck, but it's hard to figure out how the matchup actually is, because it feels like every time I play against them, one of us mulls to like 4 or 5 in game 3. So we're like 1-1. Who's going to clutch it out? Oh, well, I just had 2 no-landers into a medium 5 and then I lost. Or they mulled to 5 and then only had 1 land and then they lost. So I think it's close. I think Stoneforge Mystic makes the deck better against Burn than it was previously, but I think previously the matchup was just really, really bad. So now it's just kind of okay. Which I think is a lot of what we saw in Dallas. Is people were saying, well, Stoneforge Mystic, the card, is good versus Burn, therefore Burn will be on the downswing. But what actually happened is there were a bunch of decks that were 35% versus Burn. And then they got a card that made them, say, 40% versus Burn. Or like 42% versus Burn. And so their win rate did go up, but it didn't go up in a... I'm just going to pass the turn. It didn't go up in enough that they're actually beating Burn, and whereas from the Burn side of the table, a whole bunch of like 58% matchups just randomly showed up in your tournament. I don't know what they're doing. This was rude. This guy, rude. So hopefully I draw a tutor. Tutor will be really good here. Alright, so that actually prevents lethal, which is kind of annoying. Because now I can't put a Batterskull onto this thing. So, just because this is a sweet line, if they had not codinged my Druid, what I could have done here was play Stoneforge Mystic, get a Batterskull, attach the Batterskull to the Druid, and attack down the Karn, and then play Ballista and kill them. But I cannot do that. I have to tap the bird to make the white mana to play the Stoneforge Mystic. So if I draw on a land, I could have done that. As is... Wait, no, I don't want to do that. I'll play this. And then I'm just going to make a very large Walking Ballista. Card cannot kill Ballista with his plus. Ballista is already a 0/0. Oh, also, actually, the line I saw wouldn't even work because I can't re-equip the Batterskull with the card on board. So that actually didn't matter. I just would have looked dumb. But instead, I sounded dumb. So I'm just going to put this on board. Obviously, in paper, this thing is infinitely sized. Also in paper, if I had a tutor here, I could tutor for Duskwatch Recruiter and put a whole bunch of creatures on board. And put a deputy in my hand. Which I guess, I mean, actually that I can do online, and is what I would have done had I had more mana. But I don't. So we're just going to put this on the board. And honestly, thinking on it, this was probably worse than just putting this into play. Yeah. Walking Ballista is big. Very thick. And so now opponent is in an awkward spot, right? Where they want to, like, they can try to do something with this. They can, but, like, they can't blow up a land unless they want to plus with this, and then it dies, and if it ever dies, I win the game. I can give either the walking... I can give probably the germ token. So they can still lock me out with Ensnaring Bridge. But... So they can lock me out with Ensnaring Bridge, but in order to do that, it requires... I don't think they can do it on this board because I have some small creatures and a Giver of Runes to get through a blocker. Yeah, so they're tanking for a while. I would expect to win this game. I think I basically don't think they have enough mana to both get down to 0 cards in hand and play the bridge. That's a lot of mana. That's a lot of mana. Hi, Jeff's people. How's it going? It's a lot of people. 1,500 people. Shit. We are playing Devoted Druid combo. Just 4-1'd our first league. Stuff is happening over here. I do not know if any of that matters. We have 50 power Walking Ballista, so that's cool. Look how big it is. I have been playing incredibly tight the entire time. I don't know what they're playing. Zusa. Oh my god. This might be bad. Yeah, yeah, I'm just gonna F6. We're gonna watch the fireworks. There is a very likely chance that I am dead. Very likely chance, yeah. So they're gonna pact. The thing is though, right? If I'm not dead, then they are probably dead, because they would not be able to pay for all of these pack triggers. So we're gonna learn. We're gonna learn on stream if I am dead. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. So like, am I? So they have a bunch of mana, and they give the thing haste. I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm probably dead unless they screw it up. But also, I think this is them screwing it up, right? Well, so I'm at 19 and have a 50 power blocker, right? So this can just the Magic Online chat is empty. They do not have thoughts. Yeah, right? So like they can return the Teleria West, but they screwed it up. Now they don't have enough mana. They can't in order to have the mana, they have to return this stuff, right? Yeah. Yeah, they needed to get more of these. I'm pretty sure they screwed up, but I'm definitely sure I'm too dumb to play this deck. So yeah, so like this isn't even good. Yeah, yeah, so that's fine. And now they're dead. Now they are dead. Because I'm going to take this and give protection of green on green to this. And they don't have 2 mana. Yes, they're just dead. Oh. Right, okay. So maybe I'm just dead. Because this is going to die. This is going to die. And this stuff's going to die. Well, I'll see. I will play it. How much is this mana? Yeah, I'm gonna make him do it. They're also dead to this, right? I guess they can get more green mana. They can get more green mana with this thing. I'm glad all of Jeff's viewers came in just in time to watch me see if my Card of the Great Creator opponent wants to win the game. All right, they got a blocker and a green mana. Yeah, so now I think I should just concede, because now they can just plot both of these, kill my entire board. I still have this, yeah, okay. Alright, they figured it out. They figured it out, chat. They did it. Okay. Max is really good. This thing's really good. This thing's really good. This card is not that good. This card doesn't really do anything. Witness doesn't do a whole lot. Okay, I'm going to do it like that. Alright, so I thought I was dead when they untapped with the 2 amulets, and I did indeed die. So at least I knew that. I think on the balance, this matchup's actually pretty good. For this deck, like, obviously their hand was exceptional, but I think against your average hand, they're just sort of a slow Tron deck. They don't have that much interaction for your combo pieces, and you're generally faster to assemble your primary plan than they are. But obviously double amulet hands are kind of dumb. This hand, that's just not true. Decks still have average draws. Hey Pokero, thanks for the raid. I did board into Tocatli. Yeah. I did board into Tocatli. I'm gonna keep this hand. Hey Pokero, are you a fan of the deck? The plan with this hand is to go bird into call for Magus, into play Magus, into hope they cannot in any way deal with the Magus, and then I win. So hopefully that happens. Leroy is thinking very hard about their 7. Also, like, yes, Tocatli is good. It is in the deck because it is good. Yeah, that's why I boarded it in. I'm probably biased as someone who is currently playing this deck, but I think Titan Shift is a more exploitable strategy. Also, I don't know. Honestly, I just like this deck a lot more. Which is not... It's not really a reason to... It's not a spiky reason to pick a deck. We're just going to do this now. Titan Shift is boring, is a major decision maker. Like, I don't know, man. Titan Shift's pretty longsword. You just kind of, like, put your stuff on the table every turn. I hope they're dead. There's a good chance they're dead. That looks like dead. Alright. Alright, so remember when game 1 took like 30 minutes? Momentum was way sweeter than Titan Shift because all your stuff got really big. Like, Titan Shift, you just put lands into play, and then you don't even get to resolve your escape shift. You just put it on the stack and they concede. I don't think you can reveal your hand to your opponent. In my experience, people usually concede to the threat of the combo. Like, so if you have a Devoted Druid and a Vizier in play, and then you put into play a 1/1 Ballista, most people will concede. Or if you cast a tutor that can go grab something, most people will concede. So that makes the deck a lot nice. By the way, they're only getting to 5, so they're probably just going to die now. This hand's very good. I think they're very dead. Yeah, which is obviously what you do in paper, right? You say, okay, I have infinite mana. Here's my finale. I'm gonna kill you with it. And then your opponent says, oh, okay. Or they don't know what it does, and then you're like, all right, well, this is a ballista. It's now big, and you lose now. All right, this is not a. Is it on snake? Oh, it's on snake. Calvin on snake is powerful. Oh, I should update my Stream Decker with the actual deck. Let me log on to Stream Decker and do that. I do run Stoneforge Mystic in the deck. The deck and a primer on it is here. I'll update the deck in between rounds. Do I have like a counter spell? No. Okay. Don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Oh god, they're gonna kill me. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna lose to the Moa to 5. Ah. So, like, they do have a bad land in hand. So if their hand is bad land, interactive spell, third thing, it's pretty likely that we can beat those leftovers. It is awkward that... It's awkward that we don't have blue or red mana. We do beat Karn here. Yeah, so Karn doesn't do anything because we have Finale and this thing. they have a Pithing Needle, and this can put in a land, we're in trouble. But even then, not even that much trouble. We can still play the Shalai. Yeah, so they have to kill the Alright, yes, so they're dead. Does this thing give trample? No. Does not give trample. Get Duskwatch in case opponent does weird stuff. Yeah, so the reason that Giver's so good in this deck is they have to kill the Giver first. As long as the Giver is untapped, because otherwise I'm just going to protect my Devoted Druid. Yep. Cool. 1-0 in the league. Alright, I'm out of water, so I'm going to go get some more water. And then I'm going to fix Stream Decker, and then we're going to play the next match. What are you saying? Oh my god, that's so many words. Okay. My experience with Lunge is that it didn't do anything. In the faster matchups, they just weren't killing your Druid enough for it to matter. And at the matches where they were, even if you could like lunge back to the Druid, you didn't have enough other stuff in your hand to combo off. I was not a fan of that card. Alright, how do I log into Stream Decker? Alright. Upload new. Make sure this deck is correct. Right, but it doesn't... Like, you can't tutor for it, you can't protect other stuff with it. It just like it doesn't necessarily require a card out of your opponent. All right. Cool. Match 2. Alright, this hand's not very good. It's clunky, it doesn't threaten a combo, it's just not good. They're on 5, we're gonna go to 5. $47 card sideboard. This thing about a deck have a 47. Oh my god. It only has the creatures in the main deck. Okay. I will fix that after this match. I think. Titan Shift. This is why I kept the Giver. This is probably still going to be a turn 4 kill, just because I'm a little choked on white mana, and Call into Mystic requires triple white. But turn 4, ooh, that makes it turn 3. Doesn't actually make it turn 3. It makes it turn 3 if I draw any land. Because now if I draw any land, I can do 4 lands, or 2 plus 2 into Finale for 2, and then Stoneforge or Call for the win. Also, any green infinite mana sink or colorless infinite mana sink is a win from this position. Yep. Yep. Alright, so that's lethal. I can do it this way. Opponent, please. Oh my god. Hey, thanks for the follow. I can't read that word. Ether Blue Marine. Alright, just gonna grab me a ballista here. Doop. Yes, this is one of the decks better. Yes, it enters as bigger. So it doesn't have any counters on it, but it has 11 power. Which is why I usually like to get it, because, oh, what if they accidentally do a thing, then I can just make this thing bigger and kill outside of combat. If they, I don't know, had, like, Simian Spirit Guide, Manamorphose Fog, or something weird. Alright, Forge-Tender is good. Magus is good. Meddling Mage is good. This deck's really fun. It is my favorite of the decks. I don't know what Deputy is for in this matchup, but Deputy is a good card to just... what if my opponent decides they want to play Pithing Needle? And I just don't want to be dead to that, right? I don't want to be dead to random hate cards that my opponent could have. They could have Leyline or White Leyline. I don't want to be dead to that. Like stuff, you basically always want to have either Cage only stops Finale, so Cage isn't usually a huge deal. But just because usually if you have the other tutor to get the Deputy, then you could just tutor for the thing you actually wanted, right? Whereas if you have the Finale to get the Deputy, you can't get the Cage, and like you can't stop the Cage anyway. That was actually people bring in weird stuff. I don't know. I mean, like, Matt's 2R opponent really cared about Vizier of Remedies. That's pretty common. Not really sure why. If my opponent... If I draw something that can be used to combo on my next turn, I'm going to tutor up a... I'm going to tutor up a... That's fine. I was going to tutor up that. But I guess I don't need to tutor up that now. So if say I draw on a Walking Ballista this turn instead of this Giver, I want to tutor Giver on the turn I just had, because then on the next turn I have 4 mana and can tutor up a Devoted Druid that already has protection. Now in this position, I'm almost wondering if it's better to go for Magus of the Moon. I don't think calling for Shalai is correct. I could see calling for Magus being correct. So my opponent... I think I need to chord for Magus in this spot. Yeah, so Magus here is obviously going to lock my opponent out. Next turn, I will be able to go Finale for Shalai, and that's probably going to be the lock against whatever my opponent is doing. They can start playing. Let me into this. The issue with me just getting Druid on this turn is that if my opponent goes like ramp spell Scapeshift, or like plays this and then Scapeshift, and then I give my Druid Pro Colorless to stop the Scapeshift, then I'm in a situation where I am it does. You can do colorless because the lands are colorless. But the issue with getting something that isn't Magus is they can then sack a Tri-Builder in response. And if they sack a Tri-Builder in response, then they can kill the thing you're trying to protect, and then they obviously have their whole engine online, and you can lose to that. So I think in this situation... I think here I feel safe enough to go for the kill. Hey, Magus. I see you a lot in Nassif's stream. I think here I feel comfortable enough in my position to do this. To be fair, the follow was like, I'd already had the thing on board for a while. Alright, they have a bunch of stuff. It's all good, man. Yeah, Melira does not work with Devoted Druid. You cannot put counters on things. So if you have a Melira and a Devoted Druid in play, you just can't untap your Druid, and then your deck doesn't work, which is unfortunate. Yeah, man, I do not stream very often because it is a lot of work, and it takes a lot of time, and I can't do it at night because the wall y'all can't see that's over there it shares a wall with the bedroom, and my fiance wakes up early, so I cannot stream late because I'm loud and would keep her awake, and that's not cool. But it is a holiday, so I'm able to stream and kill this Valakut opponent. Makes us what, like 6-1? 6-1 on the day? I should put a record somewhere. Alright, I need to fix this thing. Upload new deck. Oh, yeah, it doesn't work. The Melira says you can't put a counter on your Druid, so you can't untap the Druid. So it counters my combo, which is not. Okay, so that deck is actually a deck that does not have a 47 card sideboard. Yeah, Druid works with Kitchen Finks because you don't want the Finks to ever get the counter, whereas you want Druid to have the ability to get the counter, but then just not get it instead, which is super clear. Yeah, that's the judge way of saying what I want to say. This hand will be good with a second land. This hand is fine. Okay. This hand is not very good versus blue-white, but let's see what we can do. Alright. This is unlike a lot of our other rounds where I've just tried to combo people faster. This involves thinking and reacting to my opponent's plays. So, what to do here? think here I want to get my own Stoneforge. I'm being punished here for not keeping the birds over this plains pretty hard. Oh my god. Alright. That was really dumb. We're probably losing this game anyway, but not catching this response was really dumb. Sorry about that. Okay, this card's bad. Cratermaker's good. Veil of Summer is good. Yeah. This is the high quality streaming content that y'all have subscribed for. Yeah. I should have searched in response. That, yeah. I am very aware that that was the correct play. There was not a good reason to not search in response there. Should have kept the bird. Should have searched in response. Would have been in a position where I could have done a lot more there. We have an op. You don't have a spell snare. Spell snare is actually very good versus this deck. So there's not much I can do about that. So this bird allows me to play around Mana Leak, and I only have the one thing. So I'm just going to pass here. I'm pretty sure they have Mana Leak. Sack this in response. Look how smart I am. Okay, so now if they bounce my druid, then I kill it with the ballista. If they don't bounce the druid, then I kill them. Play this. If they counter it, I'm going to finale for a... Yeah. So if I do this, I'm going to get a Stoneforge Mystic. If they had done nothing, I would have... If they did nothing, I just would have attacked with this and passed. So this is like a decent board position for us, but I mean, opponent has 8 cards in hand right now, so that's definitely a problem. Did I not board in Teeg? I didn't board in Teeg, did I? This should have been boarded in. From this position, I don't think we're beating Wrath. I think the hand was too light on air. Has 6 lands and 2 birds. Sure. Put a card on the bottom, okay. And so that's sort of the reason I didn't get a Batterskull, because a path on a Batterskull, you aren't getting anywhere. Whereas this, like, we're still not in a good position because they have a Jace, but who knows? I should have played this Longbow pre-combat. Actually, I guess I shouldn't have. I can go like this. Then play out this. And so they're on Wrath or Bust, I think, from this position. The problem is if they do draw the Wrath, I'm pretty dead. And so I don't know how many Wraths these decks are playing. Usually it's like 2. Yeah, so... So this is why Teeg should be in the deck. I don't think I would have fetched Teeg in this position. So, not particularly unhappy I didn't get it, but... So what's my best draw here? Best draw here, I don't even know. Jace is so much loyalty right now. I should have done this before I sacked. Because now, like... I don't even know, like, what would have Vile done this game, right? Like, what card are we cutting for Vile? I guess we're cutting, I guess you could cut Mana Dorks for Vials, but if any of the threats I drew were Vials, then I'd just be down even more material, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna pack this one in. They have Jace going. They have a bunch of stuff. Yeah, that was rough. Okay, should I go something with this? Mountain. Mountain is scary. Fifth land, also scary. Yep. So if they're burn, I have Eidolon here, that's really bad. If they're on escape shift, I'm in a pretty good... Yeah, okay, cool. So, escape shift, I'm not very afraid of. Play this. Alright, opponent is dead if they do not kill this O2. Can you kill my O2? If they anger me, I want to sack this in response, yeah. Make sure to leave up white mana. I don't know what I'm leaving up white mana for. Oh, sure. Yeah. Alright, if they have, I can definitely die. They have two cards in hand. If either one of them is a payoff, I'm probably dead. So if this last card is a payoff, I'm probably dead. But I think if... Alright, they do not have a payoff. So they don't have payoff. I have three... I can attack with this. I have 3 draws at the other half of my combo. At either half, right? Because call can be first half or second half. So let's see what we got. We're going to do this. I am unreasonably dead to like 10 cards out of their deck. It's not one of them. Let's crack this now. Alright, so that's lethal. Okay. Attack with this. Attack for 2, put you to 12. Cast a Ballista for... Yeah, okay. I'm just going to get the Druid. Get in there. Get in there. Don't do it. Don't do it. Alright, cool. Yeah, so this deck in general sort of plays to the level its opponent is playing at. So if your opponent is doing lots of intricate things, you will also do a lot of cool intricate things. If your opponent is playing Scapeshift, you will also just kind of slam your combo into them until it eventually works. And this game was a little awkward because like they had more interaction than they normally do, but they also didn't kill on turn 4 or 5, which they normally do. So a little weird there. I think Mage is good, and Teeg is good, and Honor Guard is fine. And Forge-Tender is good. And Solas is bad. And Deputy is fine. T probably is good enough. Just turning off Scapeshift I don't think is enough. These in there. Sure. This hand is very bad into anger. It is fine into cards that are not anger. Don't anger me, friend. This was wrong, actually. Since I am very dead to him interacting on this turn anyway, I should have cast Birds of Paradise instead of Giver of Runes. Because if I do that, I'm able to Ranger-Captain on this turn. I guess this is better against Bolt, so maybe I just big-brained it. Play this. Play this. Alright. What you got, opponent? What do you got? I am at exactly 18, which is not a great life total to be at. If they just have, like, manual Valakut, I can beat that. I don't know. They didn't have it last game. This hand has been much less interactive, which makes me think they probably have it. Nah, they just don't have it. See, this deck sucks. They just don't do the thing. They just don't do the thing and then they die. Opponent is experiencing what I experience whenever I try to play Valakut, which is you'd be 15 cards in your deck and have 12 cards that win on the spot, and then they just never have it, and then you're salting off. Yeah, they're playing like one rule spell control, and it's not a very good strategy. And mush. All right, can we go back to back 4-1s? Back to back. If y'all are just tuning in, we're playing Devoted Druid. Devoted Druid is great. Stoneforge Mystic makes the deck better. Explaining why is hard, so I wrote it down and pinned it here, and y'all can go read that. And then you too can kill people on turn 3 and make your Valakut opponents never have it. This hand's really bad. This hand's fine, I guess. It just only had one piece of the combo, and you can do better with the London Mulligan. I think I'm going to get rid of this. Get rid of that. Like, if any of those spells had been something else, right, then I think the hand's very good. Okay. If my opponent has Thought-Knot Seer here, I want to have my Giver of Runes in play. It may have been correct to play this and get a second Giver, and then they can't take them both. But I think this is better. I should have played this. Block. Do it. So even if I hadn't had this Giver, I'd make that trade every time. because this card doesn't do anything. Alright. Get my sword. No, my sword! My sword! That was rude. They took my sword. Maybe they won't take the sword. Maybe they'll take this thing instead. Oh, they didn't take it. So you want white black sword because it is the best sword in the Stoneforge mirror, because it gives you protection versus their Stoneforge and versus their Batterskull germ, and also because it like buys back our stuff, and if you put it on a creature, that creature basically can't be interacted with, and you can recur stuff like Ranger-Captain. So they took our sword, so we don't get to do this. But if they hadn't taken our sword, you put it on a creature, and then you attack them, and then you buy back your Ranger-Captain, and then you get another giver, and you just do that every time. Well, it's not even that it's most common white and black. It's that the removal that isn't white and black is red. And +2/+2 basically gives you protection from that as well. So they're going to take my giver, which is sad. Goodbye, giver. So here, kind of in a holding pattern, they can attack us with the Flick-o-Wisp. We can attack them with the Ranger-Captain, but they have a flyer, so that means they're probably heading the race. Another Flick-o-Wisp. It's gonna phase out this, so I want to give this pro colorless. Yeah, they're doing the thing. See right in the yard. Bunch of stuff. Yes, this is a good trade for us. So thanks for that. So from this position, I just want to get Walking Ballista, honestly. So if I get Walking Ballista... If I get Walking Ballista, I take 9. So the problem with Shalai, if I get Shalai, I'm just dead. They just go 3-6. So being dead sounds poor. I think this is the best line against everything that isn't exactly second Thought-Knot Seer. I think Ballista is better than Deputy, because Deputy is just going to take 2 Flicker Wisps, and that then gets blown out by a Path or... yeah, mostly a Path, I guess. So if they don't have a Thought-Knot Seer, I think we win. If they do have a Thought-Knot Seer, I'm probably just dead, and so... Getting a Druid gives us the most outs under Thought-Knot Seer because I have infinite mana next turn and can try to spike. But I think this is better. I think it's important to have the... So I can play the Ballista. If I play the Ballista, the next turn I have to charge the Ballista and shoot the 2 Flicker Wisps. And so that loses the Path, first off. Because I have to... They Path when I charge it. And also it means when I'm done doing all of that, I don't have a Ballista anymore. And I think having the Ballista is going to be important for me winning the remainder of this game, right? Because Leonin Arbiter and Wasteland Strangler versus like this stuff is not necessarily favored for me, whereas I feel like Leonin Arbiter and Wasteland Strangler versus this stuff plus Walking Ballista is pretty strong. I guess I don't lose the Path because I have Giver. So Giver insulates me versus Path, but I still think that I want to have the Walking Ballista left over. Yeah, so they're going to get in for 8. This is game 1? Yeah, this is game 1. Wait, did they screw up their Flicker Wisp? Oh, they couldn't do the thing because they did a thing I could sack. That's super awkward for them. That's incredibly awkward. I just realized that. All right. 2 drop, 2 drop, 2 drop, 2 drop, 2 drop. Could be Tidehollow Sculler. I do not have responses to Tidehollow Sculler. Yeah. So if they do Sculler, I drew... I don't know. They're like fairly popular online. People really love this everything that's going on over there. that is the favorite archetype of a lot of players. So it's not very surprising to see it being represented. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan of Leonin Arbiter and friends. But I mean, it looks pretty good this game. Definitely looks good this game. I'm now dead to Path. What are you playing where you're stone raiding people who play Arbiter? So they could have won this game. If they pat their own thing in response to my deputy, they win. So I would have recommended that to my opponent. Yeah, the Catman is actually pretty good versus our deck. Just like stats line up well. And like, and our deck's playing a bunch of tutors, right? It's playing 4 Stoneforge Mystic, 8 tutors. Like, Catman is good versus us, but I do not think Catman is good versus the average modern opponent. I don't know what this attack's supposed to accomplish, but I have a Ballista now. So that's cool. So play this. Play this. Ballista insulates me from anything super scary they could do, like Violent Flicker Wisp. I can kill the target and then also kill the Wisp. If I, at any point, top deck a Tutor or a Vizier. Yeah, just what else I'm building. Wait, Cat Genius and Legacy? That sounds really funny. Because you could play like actual Wasteland, so you just go like 4 Wasteland, 4 Ghost Quarter. Alright, so we won that game. Our opponent like did everything their deck has the ability to do and then did not win. Which is a powerful showing. So we won all these cards and this card. And we might actually want this card. Honestly. Their deck has like no basics, right? Fuck it. We'll play Magus to the Moon. Cut Vizier. Cut. I don't think Ranger-Captain's very good. This is probably wrong, you're right. Look, I just want to board in the card, alright? I don't think it's very good. I just want to do the thing. It has been sweet for a long time. It's been sweet. It's been sweet for years. It has been good for a relatively short time. But I'm enjoying it while I think it's good. While I think it's well positioned. Not that one. This one. Ranger-Captain's okay. Oh no! Oh no! See, look, they even have a basic. Just making sure to get all of our basics that we can out of the deck. They're probably gonna have the stupid 3-2, because why wouldn't they ever? Flame tongue, flame tongue, flame tongue. Burn is... I have had my Burn... Burn was the very first deck I played in Modern. It is still sleeved. Every time I take it out, because I'm not sure what I want to play, but I have a Modern tournament that I want to play in, it's great every time. Yeah, they just like have the stuff. All right, so if I draw a thing, they're dead. So hopefully I draw a thing. All right, not a thing. Dang, Magus would be so good here. Hey, thanks for the follow. I was a coward and did not board in Magus. Otherwise, I would have played Magus here. Every fucking time, man. Alright. So, probably losing this. Unless we draw well this turn. It's not drawing well. It was not a good draw. I need a cratery boy. Batterskull would also be good. Do I take 7 here or do I chump with something? I think I'd chump with Noble. Putting myself not dead to Flicker Wisp seems reasonable. Get in there. Alright. Anything that killed this. So Path was good, Tutor was good. Bring this in. We're doing it. Because, like, if I get this and get my sword back, then I can attack with the sword, gain life, play a thing out. So I actually had a bunch of... Oh, I should board out some of these, actually. Yeah, board out. And I'll leave in another one of those. Yeah, Vizier though would not have been good, because Vizier did not make mana. Or I mean, it did make mana, but it doesn't have anything to do with the mana. Opponent is thinking about their sideboard. Dude, it is Pauper Staper. It is an unbeatable Magic card. It kills Flicker Wisp. It kills Thalia. It kills probably only that in this deck. If you put it on a Devoted Druid, you can kill an X2 by like untapping and killing it. It's busted. B-U-S-T-E-D, busted. Alright, let's see what we got here. I'm going to keep this. I think it's a slower matchup, so this hand is fine. Like, I can threaten turn 4 kill. Yeah. Well, if you have the combo and the bow can shoot face, so the bow just kills them. Yeah. that's why it's in the deck. If it didn't go infinite, it is not a modern power level card. But because it happens to go infinite, all of the like the sweetness is justified, basically. I want to... to cast this here. Jeff hates this deck because he can't win with it, and I don't really know why. This was wrong. This should have been a Tocatli Honor Guard. Jeff hates this deck because he doesn't win with it, and I don't know why he can't win with it, because I win with it a lot. I find winning with this deck to... we went 4-1 in the previous league. We're 3-1 in this league. I'm very happy with the deck. I think it's very well tuned for the current metagame. I think even in the matchups that are difficult, you still have play to you have play you can still win. I think I'm going to lose to not having tutored up Tocatli here. They're going to have the thing again, because I always have the thing. And I'm going to feel real stupid. Alright. It's fine. We lost in game. We lost to it last league, but it was fairly close. I'm gonna get this. It's like, so Urza is probably the best deck in the format. I'm gonna block this thing. Like, unless you're playing Tron, I don't think there's actually anything that's good versus Urza. So you beat Jund because their deck is inconsistent. Like, I have a screenshot somewhere of basically just Jund has so many slots dedicated to threats that they don't actually have the amount of interaction necessary to take all of your pressure off the table. And that's basically how you win. It's something that's much more scary is like Esper control, where they can just... If they draw all interaction... Yeah, so... Yeah, they just like... They have to draw the right mix of stuff, whereas all of your stuff is good. Yeah, I don't... Turning this on is suspect. I'm going to block... I'll block like this. I do not think I'm winning this game via combo. I think here I'm actually going to let it flip. Because I think I need to get these Horizon Canopies off the board. I think they're dealing me too much damage, and that is the way I can lose this game. Attack with this. I guess I should have done this main phase. I didn't do a main phase because I was thinking, oh, they could have discard, but all of their discard is creature-based, which is turned off by Honor Guard. So I should not have been... So, like, obviously if I draw a land... This is funny. If I draw a land, I would have wanted to play it. Especially if it's like a fetch land or a shock land. Yeah, because now that's kind of awkward. That's okay. Play this. This is going to basically lock up the game. This is how you beat a lot of these fair mid-range decks. You just put a Tocatli into play. And obviously our opponent's drawn poorly from here, but they don't have very many good draws. Right? Like if they draw a Flick-o-Wisp, that's just a 3-1 for 3. If they draw a Thought-Knot Seer, that's a 4-4 for 4, which is pretty good, except if I'm able to trade for it in combat, then like now if I ever kill this, I get to draw a card. Actually, I want to fetch first. Grab this. And also just like against this deck specifically, a 1/3 just blocks pretty well. Like this Sculler can attack. Alright, I'm running out of steam, but streaming for a little over 3 hours. Second 4-1, feeling pretty good. Definitely gonna call it. But it was a lot of fun. If you enjoy the stream, leave a follow. It'll let you know when I'm streaming again. Don't get to do it too often because, you know, life takes up a lot of time. But I got a sweet deck. I have a lot more people watching than normally do. So that is definitely motivation for sure. And if you want to be notified when that happens, you can give me a follow. If you think I deserve dollars for either this stream or the sweet primer that I wrote, that is right here. Maybe. Womp. Alright, there we go. If you think I deserve dollars for that, you can subscribe to the channel. If you have Twitch Prime, it is free, and use Mr. Bezos' money, and he has more money than God, so you should definitely do that. Anyway, thanks everyone for hanging out, and y'all have a great rest of your Labor Day.